A happy afternoon to you, YouTube. As you can tell by the environment I'm in, the shirt I'm wearing, you already know what time that it is. A whole whack of those Transformers I've been waiting on finally arrived in a couple of batches over a couple of days. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have arrived, and I'm waiting on one more that I'm anticipating should arrive next week. So in the meantime though, I can finally get started on going through these ones that I do have as reveals. Now that, since I'm still off and stuff, I'm not gonna schedule one every weekend for these reveals. I'm just gonna do them as often as I can. So maybe a couple a week, whatever, depending on how busy I am with other useless things. So today's, and I'm starting them by going from kind of smallest to biggest. So today's reveal is, well, we'll just get to it. It's the Autobot Silver Streak. Silver Streak was one of the original Autobot cars that came down in the Ark to Earth and was reactivated by Teletran 1 and all that stuff. And he's probably one of the lesser featured of those cars though. Like everybody knows Wheeljack and Jazz and Hound and Sideswipe. And Silver Streak was one of the few that was kind of more in the background and didn't get maybe as much screen time as some of the other guys did. He did get his moments and such, but not quite as often as the other guys. So his kind of personality is that they call him Silver Streak because he talks a lot, and he uses that talking as kind of a mask for his feelings about the whole war between the Autobots and the Decepticons and the ruination of Cybertron, because he's not, although he is a good warrior and a fearsome warrior, he doesn't like to fight. That's not his jam. So he kind of uses all of this talking as kind of a coping mechanism, I guess, for that. So here is a look at the original Generation 1 1980s Silver Streak toy. If you are a Transformers fan, and especially from the 80s, like when I was a kid, and know things about those toys, you'll notice that, of course, that Silver Streak's mold is the same as a couple of other Autobots. One of the other original Autobot cars that came off the Ark, Prowl, who is the Autobots, security chief or whatever, he is a police car. And also a later Autobot that came along, Smokescreen, who's more like a stock car. But they all share the same mold, and they're all based on the Datsun 280 vehicle or whatever it was back in the day before they became Nissan or however all that worked. Now, here's an interesting fact about Silver Streak. He wasn't always called Silver Streak. Originally, his name was Blue Streak. And at some point along the way, they had to change his name to Silver Streak for copyright reasons, because there was some other franchise, I don't know if it was a cartoon or whatever, had a character named Blue Streak, which was copyrighted or however it works. So they were, I think Transformers was, I don't know if they were sued or if they were just given notice, and they chose to change it. But so at some point during the cartoon, he goes from Blue Streak to Silver Streak. And the confusing thing about this is that, toy companies being toy companies, right? They released two different figures of Blue Streak. One, which is his regular gray, silver, red, and black kind of coloring, which is what he always was in the cartoon, as well as a blue version, which didn't exist anywhere. Maybe in the comics, I don't even know if he did in the comics. So it was all very confusing as a kid, because you're like, why? I see this toy, there's Silver Streak and Blue Streak, but I see Blue Streak here, but he's the wrong color from what he is in the cartoon. And then this guy named Silver Streak is, it was all so weird. And back then there was no internet. You couldn't go on and go, oh, that's what the shit is going on here, right? So it was all very confusing. So, I don't think I ever figured that out until I was ordering all these toys years later and said, oh, because they did have a Silver Streak and a Blue Streak option in these cars. and I entertained getting them both just to have them, but this is the one that I really wanted because he's the right coloring and stuff. And eventually the Blue Streak one kind of went up in price and stuff, so I was like, no, I'm not going to bother getting him. If he ever goes down, I'll get him, but I just wanted the one that actually looks like the character from the show, whatever name he has applied to it. So that's kind of the interesting thing about this character, that little weird tie in there to the copyright and the name change and stuff. So here is a clip from, I guess this was a 3-part episode, the 3rd part in a 3-part episode, of a clip of Silver Streak getting up to a bit of action during a fight with the Decepticons and rescuing one of his comrades. There we go.
You've been lubricated. It worked! We're free! We can get out! We are indestructible! Power to the Decepticons! Forever! Energon cubes still functional. Take them and follow me! Stand by! The Decepticons! They're escaping! After them! They're... Save it, Ironhide. They're too fast for us in the air. Well, I'm tired of sucking their vapor trail. I'll stop them. Ironhide, come back! I'll get him! Blue Streak, no! Call it off, Ironhide! There's too many of them! They're out of reach! Stop yapping, Blue Streak! This is my fight! Make it our fight! Skywalk to Megatron! Request permission to teleport! Permission granted! Teleport and destroy! It's like fighting a shadow! Don't worry, we'll get him! Ironhide! I'm coming, Ironhide! Throw me a line! You got it! Pull! I can't move. At least you can still talk, old buddy. Where'd you get hit? Back in somewhere. Think my linkage is busted. I'll check it. Get him inside. He gave us all a pretty good scare. It's been worse. I remember the time on Cybertron. Save the war stories, Hotshot. Just remember, there's a thin line between being a hero and being a memory. Maybe Ironhide's ready for a nice cushy office job. Ain't no way. Soon as Ratchet tightens a few bolts, I'll be right back in action. We'll see. Let's get out of here.
So there you can get a sense of kind of Silver Streak, what he looked like in robot mode, and at the end there they rolled out and you could see his little Datsun going by. And he was actually voiced by Casey Kasem, the old-time radio broadcaster guy that was so popular back in the 80s and stuff. And he actually voiced more than one Transformers characters in that G1 cartoon. I'm not sure how many he voiced, but I know he also did Cliff Jumper. And he actually left the show at some point because they did an episode where the Autobots, like, I don't remember exactly, I haven't watched that part of the series yet, or rewatched it, I guess. They went to the Middle East or something over some sort of issue, and to a nation called Carbamia. And Casey Kasem didn't like the political implications of said episode or whatever, so he left the show, which I guess that was his choice, but you know, I would never leave a show like that, being part of Transformers lore, right? But I guess he did what he did, but that's another kind of interesting aspect to this character on the show. So what we're going to do now, we are going to take him out of the box, And then, of course, we are going to get him transformed, and we'll see what this beautiful little Datsun looks like. So Silver Streak, here we go. And sorry for the ottoman here. My wife's still got somewhat of a setup in here, so I don't have my regular table, but this actually might be even better. It doesn't get any glare off the glass top. But this feels really good, I gotta admit, because I feel like I haven't done one of these in so long. And as you know, if you have watched these videos before, I get pretty excited about opening up a brand new toy. I never grew up, and I don't plan on doing it anytime soon either, so the thing that I'll be sad is one day when I'm finally out of characters to purchase, and there will be no toys left to reveal. That will be a sad day. Anyway, here is Silver Streak. So, as usual, we got a nice little instruction booklet with a card, I'm assuming. Come on, you. Yep, there we go. Oh God, the tape. Stupid tape. Steady. Steady. There we go. Sticker. Oh. I got two booklets, and they're a little bit different. That might be a... Interesting. Yeah. They're the same, but different. Well, here he is. He doesn't come with much because he's, like I said, he's just one of the small Autobot cars. He's not one of the big boys that we were doing the last time I did this. Come with all the different faces and a million different weapons and all that stuff. All he's got is a blaster of some sort, and then he's got the two shoulder-mounted cannons that the guys that all share this mold, they all tend to have that. Those shoulder-mounted things. So there's the blaster. Ta-tow. And here is Mr. Silver Streak. Look at that beautiful Datsun. Silver, black. Hot damn. Let's get him transformed. So there be Silver Streak. Looks pretty good, eh? Looks exactly like Prowl, like exact same thing. The only difference with Prowl is the color scheme and that he's got sirens on top of his rooftop there. But yeah, just another fantastic looking toy. These things just, every time one comes to the door for a delivery, I'm just like, I'm just like a kid at Christmas, you know? So it looks just like I imagined Silver Streak should look based on his cartoon character if he were to be converted into a real looking toy. And I can't wait to add him to the shelf and then get going on the next character, hopefully in the very near future. Have a good one.